Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Black Enterprises Inside the Studio. I'm your host, Jeroslyn Jovan. Today, we're going inside Apple TV Plus's new scripted comedy drama series, Government Cheese. Starring David Oyelowo and created by Aisha Carr and Paul Hunter, Government Cheese sees what happens when Hampton Chambers returns home from prison, and his return spins his already challenging family dynamic into further chaos.
I'm not doing smash and grabs anymore. I'm on the righteous path.
What?
Today, we'll speak with the leading cast about the show's themes of the American dream, spirituality, and the Black experience not being a monolith. So join me in welcoming David Oyelowo, Simone Missick, Jahi Diallo Winston, Evan Ellison, and Bokeem Woodbine. Hello. So David, I'll just start with you because you are executive producing and starring in Government Cheese. So I wanted to know what drew you to the story of Hampton Chambers.
What drew me initially was a script that Paul Hunter presented me with 6 years ago. It was a short film script, and it had so many of the elements, so many of the themes that you are going to see in the show when you see it, which is the quirkiness of it. It was set around a Black family in the 60s, but without any of the civil rights or racial struggle stuff. And it was about a character who was just steeped in contradictions in terms of the guy that I get to play, but someone who loved his family, was trying to be better for his family, was consistently failing at that, as well as his relationship with God. So there were just so many things all wrapped in this very quirky comedy, which, you know, is something that I both hadn't seen and had the opportunity to be in myself. So there were so many reasons to lean in.
Yeah, you mentioned Hampton's relationship with God, and there's just so many biblical references throughout the story, but done so in such a subtle way to me. The spirituality factors all throughout the series. How does Hampton's faith speak to a more relatable relationship with a higher power?
I think his fallibility. I think the fact that he is someone who is trying to figure it out. Sometimes when faith is shown on screen, it can be proselatory, it can be heavy-handed, but that subtlety that you're talking about, I think, is most people's experience, and so that's something I'm very proud that we were able to do with the show.
Yes, Simone. This is Hampton's life after returning from prison, from some years away from his family, and we are seeing the dynamic between Hampton and Astoria with issues in their marriage. How would you say that is impacting Hampton's pursuit of the American dream?
I think that beside every successful man is an equally successful and supportive woman. And I think that shift in their marriage is not set up for that success. When we see Hampton at the bank and he's trying to decide, like, how am I going to get this loan? My wife is not going to buy into my dream, because I think that she has seen so much in their marriage prior to him going to prison that she wants more for him, but she doesn't know if she can trust him to really fully execute it. And so I think that it's great to be able to see these two people both wanting for more and yet not being able to have that, come on, we're gonna go for it together. It's not the American dream that I think we see so often portrayed, where the wife and the husband, they're on the same track, they're trying to get there together. It's like, if you figure it out, but I'm not gonna have a house. So it's a beautiful dynamic to watch play out.
Most definitely. I'm excited for audiences to see Government Cheese. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
That government cheese and white bread.
All that poisoned food is probably what made him a criminal.
This invention is my family's future.
What's wrong with him?
You would know if you'd been around.
Jahi, I'll start with you. You two play Harrison and Einstein, Hampton's sons. What does Government Cheese show us about the Black experience in the time frame of 1960s Chatsworth, California?
Well, our show is a very different lens and outlook on the Black experience, I think. Um, we are set in the late 60s, but it's not a show that deals specifically with the themes of oppression at the time. We know what those were. And it's just, I think our show is a living testament that Blackness and the Black experience is not a monolith, and that there are so many layers and aspects that go into the experience of being Black in America, and this is something that hasn't necessarily been brought to the forefront, which made it really exciting for all of us to be a part of.
Yes, yes, definitely. Evan, we see with your role with Einstein, there's a connection that Einstein shares with Hampton, and then just their, love for creation, science, math. Who does Einstein represent in Hampton's journey to success?
Wow, that's a really good question. Who does he represent? I think since Einstein's on his own path, I think when Hampton's looking in, it's almost like my sureness of myself or my commitment to my journey, I think, offers little moments of like inspiration or little moments of the opportunity for like a new thought or new point of view that I think propel Hampton into a different path, or like to figure out what he truly wanted to do there, or how he wants to make a certain decision.
Hmm. And Jahi, for my last question, we see with Harrison, he's given us the Fred Hampton vibes of the series. In what ways does Harrison's rebellion against the system help or hinder his father's pursuit of the American dream?
Well, it's a loaded question. It's interesting, that polarizing thing, because Hampton is sort of trying to move himself and his family up the ladder of means and in society, of what to be well off and to make their family rich and have this, sort of long lasting affluence, I guess. And Harrison's disposition and his perspective about the world is, as you mentioned, the complete opposite of that. And so all of that plays into their relationship dynamic. Hampton being this go-getter and this person who has all of these big dreams, and Harrison being more practical and grounded in truth and reality. But I will say, one of the things I love about Harrison is that while the show is set in the late 60s and of a very specific time period, I feel like he's so of now. And I think that so many young people can relate to just everything about him, his disposition, his drive, his not willing to take no for an answer, his just unabashed willingness to be himself. And those are things that I really identified with him as well, and hopefully other people will too when they watch it.
Definitely. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm excited for everyone to see Government Cheese.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
I'm short on time.
Time? It's an illusion. There is no past, there is no present, there is no future. It's all happening right now, so slow down.
Hi, Bokeem.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, no complaints.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you have consistently portrayed characters that have authentically captured the Black experience within a particular time period. How do we see that legacy come together in your role in Government Cheese?
Well, first of all, thank you for saying that. I think every role is different, every challenge is different. I don't make connections with other roles prior to whatever one I'm working on at the time. Um, it- to me, it's just another opportunity to try to be honest about somebody who I don't know and have never met. One of the things that was different about this particular assignment was that it was based upon somebody that Paul Hunter knew in real life. So the responsibility that comes with that is different. Um, you don't want to dishonor anybody's memory or anything. So there's a pressure to try to do the right thing. So I don't know if that answers your question or not.
It does. No, it absolutely does. And it helps me even answer my next question, which was what drew you to the role? So you answered both of those. And so thank you. And then I also have noticed social media has been buzzing over resurfaced clips from your days leading a rock band, which is pretty cool. And, with you being a noteworthy actor with a number of classic roles under your belt, how does it feel to see people appreciate your contributions to timeless art forms?
It blows my mind, to be honest with you. My band right now is called 13 Purple Dragons, and I'm getting ready to drop our first album, Trials and Victories of the Rock and Roll Kung Fu Spaceman, by the end of April. It's all independent. We're not dealing with a label or anything. And it's a culmination of lifetime of musical aspirations. I've been playing guitar since I was 13, 14. And it's always been something that has meant a lot to me. And to have people, you know, recognize it, even though the record's not out, we have some performance clips on my Instagram page of a show we did in Manila. And to have people respond to it, especially people from the community,
Yeah.
I I don't even know what to say. I'm overwhelmed with just a positive vibration about that.
That's awesome. All right. So, new album coming the end of the month, and your appearance in Government Cheese coming as well in the month of April. So, good things.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bokeem. It's been such a pleasure and an honor to speak to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.